What if one act of kindness turned your worst day into a life-changing triumph? Imagine being screamed at, humiliated, and fired in front of a crowd, only for karma to hit like a thunderbolt. If you've ever been undervalued or stepped on, this story's for you. Buckle up, hey, it's pure satisfaction. If you've ever fantasized about the universe handing out justice to those who deserve it, smash that like button right now, subscribe for more epic revenge tales, and let's dive into this roller coaster of a story. Trust me, by the end, you'll be cheering. Let me paint the picture for you. Our protagonist is Anna, a 28-year-old nanny scrapping by in the bustling city of Chicago. She's not just any nanny, she's the kind who pours her heart into every kid she watches. But life hasn't been kind back. Anna grew up in a rough neighborhood, lost her parents young, and has been juggling 2 jobs just to afford her tiny studio apartment. Rent's always late, her clothes are thrift store finds, and her dreams buried under a mountain of student debt from a half-finished teaching degree. But Anna's got this quiet strength, a warmth that draws kids to her like a magnet. She tells herself every morning, staring at her reflection in a cracked mirror, one day, it'll get better, just keep going. Now, enter the antagonists, the Hargroves, a wealthy family Anna's been nannying for the past 6 months. Mr. Hargrove is some mid-level exec who's always at the office, but Mrs. Hargrove, let's call her Karen for reasons that'll become obvious, is the real nightmare. Karen's the epitome of entitled suburbia, perfectly coiffed blonde hair, designer yoga pants, and a perpetual sneer that says, "I'm better than you." She treats Anna like hired help from the 1800s, and no please or thank you, just bark to orders and constant nitpicking. "Anna, why are the kids' lunches not organic enough? Anna, you're 5 minutes late. Do you even value this job?" Karen's voice drips with condescension, her eyes narrowing like she's sizing up a bug. And Anna, she bites her tongue, clenches her fists behind her back, feeling that familiar knot in her stomach, the one that screams, "You're powerless here." But she needs the paycheck, so she endures, whispering to herself, "Just smile and nod, don't let her see you break." One crisp autumn afternoon, Anna takes the Hargrove kids, a little Timmy, 5, and Sophie, 3, to Lincoln Park for some fresh air. The park's alive with the sounds of laughter, kids shrieking on swings, dogs barking, leaves crunching underfoot. Anna's pushing Sophie on a swing, her hands cold from the wind, when she hears a piercing cry from behind a cluster of trees. Her heart jumps. She scans the area and spots a tiny girl, no more than 4 years old, huddled on the ground, tears streaming down her flushed cheeks. The girl's trembling, her little fists balled up, eyes wide with terror. A loose dog had charged at her moments before, knocking her down and scaring her half to death before its owner yanked it away. Anna's instincts kick in. She glances at the Hargrove kids, they're safe on the playground equipment, and rushes over. Kneeling down, she speaks softly, her voice like a warm blanket, "Hey, sweetie, it's okay. That dog was scary, huh? But he's gone now." "What's your name?" The girl, Lily, sniffles and buries her face in Anna's shoulder. Anna holds her gently, rubbing her back in slow circles, feeling the child's rapid heartbeat against her chest. "SHH, I've got you. We'll find your mommy or daddy. You're safe with me." Minutes pass like hours. Anna's mind races, where are this kid's parents? But she stays calm, humming a lullaby her own mom used to sing, the melody cutting through the park's chaos. That's when Karen storms in like a hurricane. She's been scrolling on her phone from a nearby bench, oblivious until now. Her face twists in fury as she sees Anna with Lily. "What the hell are you doing?" Karen hisses, her voice sharp enough to slice air. She yanks Lily away roughly, not even checking if the girl is okay. Lily whimpers, reaching back for Anna. Karen turns on Anna, eyes blazing. "You're supposed to be watching my children, not playing hero with some stranger's brat. Do you have any idea how irresponsible this is? You're just a poor nanny, stick to your job." Anna's face burns, a mix of shock and humiliation washing over her like ice water. Her hands tremble. She feels small, exposed, as park-goers start to stare. Inside, her thoughts whirl. How can she say that? "I was helping a scared child." But out loud, she stammers, "Mrs. Hargrove, She was terrified. I couldn't just ignore her. Karen laughs, a cold, mocking sound that echoes in Anna's ears. Ignore her? That's what normal people do. You're fired. Anna, pack your things and get out of my sight. I don't need some broke girl like you endangering my family. She thrusts a wad of cash at Anna, barely enough for the week's pay, and turns away, muttering, useless trash. Anna stands there, frozen, the wind whipping her hair, tears stinging her eyes, powerless, betrayed. The injustice boils in her veins. All she did was show kindness, and this is her reward? She walks away, shoulders slumped, whispering to herself, why does this always happen to me? But here's where the tide turns. As Anna gathers her things, fighting back sobs, a sleek black SUV pulls up to the park's edge. Out steps a man in a tailored suit, his presence commanding broad shoulders, sharp jawline, eyes scanning the area with quiet intensity. This is Marcus Reed, CEO of Reed Tech, a multi-million-dollar software empire. He's worth over $500 million, but you'd never guess from his unassuming demeanor. Marcus had been in a nearby meeting when he got the frantic call from his assistant. His daughter Lily wandered off during a quick park stop with her au pair, who was now panicking. Marcus rushes over, spotting Lily with Karen, but Lily points at Anna, who's walking away, and babbles through tears. Nice lady helped me, Daddy. She made the scary go away. Marcus's brow furrows. He questions Lily gently, piecing together the story. Then he overhears Karen bragging to a friend on the phone. I just fired that incompetent nanny for neglecting my kids. Can you believe it? Something clicks for Marcus. He approaches Karen first, his voice calm but edged with steel. Excuse me, is that your child? Karen preens, assuming he's impressed. No, but I found her. Her real caregiver must be as useless as mine was. Marcus's eyes narrow. That's my daughter, and from what she tells me, the useless one is the hero here. He turns to Anna, who's paused at the park gate, sensing the shift. Miss, please, wait. Anna turns, her heart pounding. Marcus strides over, gratitude radiating from him. My name's Marcus Reed. Lily says you comforted her when she was scared. I can't thank you enough. She's everything to me. His voice cracks slightly, revealing the vulnerability under the CEO facade. Anna's stunned, mumbling, it was nothing, really. But Marcus isn't one to let kindness go unrewarded. He pulls out his phone, glances at his watch. Nothing. In a world full of indifference, that's everything. He learns about the firing. Anna spills it all, her voice shaky. Marcus's jaw tightens. He despises bullies like Karen. Turns out, fate's got a twist. Reed Tech has been in talks for a major partnership with Mr. Hargrove's firm. Marcus makes a quick call right there, his tone shifting to business mode. Pull out of the Hargrove deal, effective immediately, and let them know why. Back at the scene, Karen's face strains of color as her husband calls her in a panic. The deal's off, costing them millions in potential revenue. She overhears Marcus praising Anna. I'd like to offer you a position at my company, a head nanny for Lily, with full benefits, a salary triple what you had, and stock options. You have a gift with children. Anna's eyes widen, a wave of relief crashing over her. For the first time in years, she feels seen, valued. Her thoughts race. Is this real? After all the crap? Justice. Karen stammers an apology, her voice quivering. I didn't know. Please, don't do this. But Marcus waves her off. You knew enough to humiliate someone for being kind. Actions have consequences. Karen slinks away, humiliated, her perfect world cracking. The park whispers pick up. Onlookers murmur. She got what she deserved. In that climactic moment, Anna accepts the offer, a triumphant smile breaking through her tears. The weight lifts. She feels empowered, validated. Marcus hugs Lily, who beams at her new friend. Karma delivered, swift and sweet. Looking back, this story reminds us that true worth isn't in bank accounts or status. It's in how we treat others. Kindness echoes, and injustice, it often boomerangs right back. What do you think? Does karma always win? Anna had always been the type to fade into the background, her life a quiet struggle of making ends meet. At 26, she worked as a nanny for the affluent Wilkins family in the heart of New York City, caring for their two rambunctious boys while their parents chased corporate dreams. Her days were filled with playground runs, snack preparations, and the occasional scolding from Mrs. Wilkins, a high-strung marketing executive who viewed Anna as little more than a convenience. Anna's own apartment was a cramped walk-up in Queens, shared with a roommate, and her wardrobe consisted of faded jeans and thrift store sweaters. But she loved kids, so their innocent laughter was her escape from the grind. One sunny afternoon in Central Park, Anna was supervising the Wilkins boys on the swings when she heard a piercing cry. A little girl, no older than 4, was huddled near a cluster of bushes, sobbing uncontrollably. A stray dog had barked aggressively at her, scaring her into a panic. The girl's nanny was nowhere in sight. Distracted by her phone, without hesitation, Anna rushed over, kneeling down to the child's level. "Hey, sweetie, it's okay. That dog was just being silly. What's your name?" she cooed, her voice soft and reassuring. The girl, Emily, clung to her, burying her face in Anna's shoulder as Anna rubbed her back gently, whispering comforting words until the tears subsided. Mrs. Wilkins arrived moments later, her face twisted in fury. "What on earth are you doing? You're supposed to be watching my children, not some random kid," she snapped, yanking Emily away roughly. The little girl whimpered, reaching back for Anna. Mrs. Wilkins didn't care. She berated Anna in front of onlookers, her voice rising. "You're fired. I won't have you neglecting your duties. Get out of my sight." Humiliated, Anna gathered her things, fighting back tears as she walked away, the sting of injustice burning in her chest. Unbeknownst to anyone, Emily's father was watching from afar. He was Alexander Voss, the Millionaire CEO of Voss Innovations, a tech giant revolutionizing ice software. He'd stepped away for a quick call during their park outing, trusting his au pair. When he returned, he saw the scene unfold and heard Emily's account. "The nice lady made me feel safe, Daddy." Touched by Anna's kindness, Alexander approached her just as she was leaving the park. "Excuse me," he said, his deep voice warm. "I owe you a debt of gratitude. My daughter doesn't warm up to strangers easily." Anna, stunned, mumbled a response. That brief encounter sparked something. Alexander, a widower raising Emily alone, saw in Anna the compassion his hectic life lacked. He offered her a job on the spot, full-time nanny for Emily, with a salary that dwarfed her previous one. Little did Anna know, this was just the beginning of how he'd change her world forever. Anna's first day at the Voss residence was like stepping into a dream she never dared to imagine. The penthouse atop a gleaming skyscraper in Manhattan overlooked Central Park, its floor-to-ceiling windows framing the city like a living painting. Marble floors gleamed under soft recessed lighting, and the air carried a faint scent of fresh lilies from vases strategically placed by the housekeeper. Emily's room alone was larger than Anna's entire apartment, filled with plush toys, a canopy bed draped in pink silk, and walls adorned with hand-painted murals of enchanted forests. Alexander had given her a tour the evening before, his presence both intimidating and oddly reassuring. He was tall, with sharp features softened by kind hazel eyes, dressed in a tailored suit that screamed power yet moved with an ease that hinted at approachability. "Make yourself at home," he'd said, his smile genuine. "Emily's been talking about you non-stop." As Anna settled in, she felt a mix of excitement and nerves twisting in her stomach. Her new uniform provided by Alexandra was a simple yet elegant blouse and slacks. Far from the worn clothes she'd packed, Emily greeted her with a hug, her small arms wrapping tightly around Anna's waist. "You're my new friend," the girl exclaimed, her curls bouncing. They spent the morning in the playroom, building fairy castles with blocks that lit up and played music. Anna's heart swelled. This wasn't just a job up, it felt like a second chance. But whispers of doubt lingered. What if she messed up? What if Alexander saw through her facade of confidence? That afternoon, Alexander called her into his home office, a sleek space with mahogany desks, multiple screens displaying stock tickers, and shelves lined with awards from Forbes and TechCrunch. "Anna, I wanted to discuss your role more thoroughly," he began, gesturing for her to sit in a leather chair that probably cost more than her monthly rent. His voice was steady, professional, but there was a warmth that made her relax slightly. Emily's mother passed away 2 years ago. It's been tough on her, on us. I need someone who can be more than a nanny, someone who can provide the stability she craves. Anna nodded, her throat tight. She shared a bit about her own loss as her parents in a car accident during her teens, the foster homes that followed. Alexander listened intently, his eyes never leaving hers. I see why Emily connected with you, he said softly. You've got resilience, that's rare. Over the next few weeks, Anna's life transformed in ways she couldn't have predicted. Her salary allowed her to pay off lingering debts, and Alexander insisted on covering her relocation costs, even setting her up in a guest suite in the penthouse for convenience. It's easier for Emily, he explained, but Anna suspected it was more. Mornings started with breakfast in the gourmet kitchen, where the chef prepared organic meals of fresh fruit smoothies, avocado toast, things Anna had only seen on Instagram. She'd take Emily to preschool in a chauffeured SUV, the leather seats cool against her skin, the city blurring past. Afternoons were for adventures, visits to the zoo, where Emily's eyes widened at the giraffes, art classes and sunlit studios, even a private puppet show in the park. Anna's phone buzzed with reminders from Alexandra, simple texts like "How's the day going?" that made her feel valued. But it wasn't all smooth. Mrs. Wilkins, her former employer, somehow got wind of Anna's new position through mutual acquaintances in the city's elite circles. One evening, as Anna was reading Emily a bedtime story of the Velveteen Rabbit, with its themes of becoming real through love, her phone rang. It was Mrs. Wilkins, her voice dripping with false sweetness. "Anna, darling, I heard about your little upgrade. Congrats, but don't forget where you came from. If you ever need a reference." Anna hung up, her hands shaking. The audacity stung, reminding her of that humiliating day in the park. She confided in Alexander later that night over a glass of wine in the living room, the city lights twinkling below like stars. "She fired me for helping your daughter," Anna said, her voice cracking. Alexander's jaw tightened. People like her think money buys entitlement, but kindness, that's priceless. He paused, then added, "Let me handle it." True to his word, Alexander's influence rippled outward. As CEO, he had connections everywhere. He quietly blacklisted the Wilkins from key social events and business networks, citing personal reasons. Mrs. Wilkins' husband, a mid-level banker, suddenly found doors closing on promotions. Whispers spread in their circles, they crossed Voss. Anna didn't ask for details, but the satisfaction was palpable when Mrs. Wilkins sent a desperate apology email, which Anna deleted without replying. It was a small revenge, but it healed old wounds. As months passed, the bond between Anna and Emily deepened into something familial. Emily started calling her Annie, drawing pictures of the three of them as a family. Alexander noticed, inviting Anna to dinners that evolved from polite to intimate. One night, after Emily was asleep, they sat on the balcony, the cool breeze carrying the distant hum of the traffic. "You've changed everything for us," Alexander admitted, his hand brushing hers. Emily laughs more. "And me, I feel alive again." Anna's heart raced. She hadn't expected this. Their first kiss was tentative, under the moonlight, tasting of possibility. But challenges arose. Alexander's world was demanding board meetings, international trips. During one absence, Emily fell ill with a fever, and Anna stayed up all night, cooling her forehead with cloths, singing lullabies until dawn. Alexander rushed back early, finding them curled up together. "Thank you," he whispered, pulling Anna into an embrace. It was in those moments that Anna realized she was falling in love not just with Emily, but with him. He encouraged her dreams, enrolling her in online courses to finish her education degree. "You have potential beyond nannying," he said. "Let's build something together." The turning point came during a company gala, a glittering affair at the Met. Alexander insisted Anna attend as his date, not staff. She wore a designer gown he gifted her, emerald silk that hugged her curves, making her feel like Cinderella. Heads turned as they entered, arm in arm. Whispers followed. "Who's that with Voss?" Mrs. Wilkins was there, her face paling when she saw Anna. "You?" she sputtered, approaching them. "How did a nobody like you?" Alexander cut her off coldly. "Anna's family now, and you're irrelevant." The humiliation on Mrs. Wilkins' face was the final closure Anna needed. Life accelerated from there. Alexander proposed 6 months later, on a private yacht cruise at sunset, Emily holding the ring box with glee. "Will you be my mommy?" the girl asked. Tears streamed down Anna's face as she said yes. The wedding was intimate, on a Hawaiian beach, with waves crashing and vows exchanged under palm trees. Anna's new life included philanthropy, starting a foundation for underprivileged kids. Drawing from her own past, she finished her degree, teaching part-time at a local school while managing the household. Years later, reflecting on that park day, Anna marveled at fate's twist. From fired nanny to CEO's wife, mother, and advocate, Alexander had changed everything, but so had she, proving that one act of kindness could rewrite a destiny. Their family grew with a baby boy, and the penthouse echoed with laughter. Mrs. Wilkins faded into obscurity, a cautionary tale. Anna's story became inspiration for many. Whispered in nanny circles, sometimes, the universe rewards the pure-hearted in spectacular ways. Anna's life had always been a patchwork of survival and quiet hope. At 29, she was nanny for the affluent Carver family in San Francisco, tending to their twin daughters with a warmth that came naturally to her. Her days were long, filled with sippy cups, storybooks, and the occasional sharp comment from Mrs. Carver, a socialite who saw Anna as little more than a servant. Anna lived in a cramped studio apartment, her fridge often half empty, her dreams of becoming a children's book author tucked away in a notebook under her bed. Yet, her smile never faltered for the kids as she loved their giggles, their sticky fingers, the way they trusted her completely. One foggy afternoon at Golden Gate Park, Anna was guiding the twins through a game of tag when a sharp cry cut through the air. A little girl, maybe 5, was crouched near a picnic bench, trembling, her eyes wide with fear. A skateboarder had nearly crashed into her, leaving her shaken. Her caregiver was nowhere in sight, distracted by a phone call. Anna's heart clenched. She checked that the twins were safe on the nearby slide, then knelt beside the girl. "Hey, sweetheart, you're okay now," she said, her voice soft as a lullaby. "I'm Anna." "What's your name?" The girl, Mia, sniffled and leaned into Anna's arms, her small body relaxing as Anna hummed a tune and pointed out a butterfly to distract her. The park sounds of kids laughing, birds chirping faded as Anna focused on Mia's calming breaths. Mrs. Carver stormed over, her designer heels clicking angrily on the path. "Anna, what are you doing? My girls are unattended," she snapped, her voice slicing through the moment. Mia flinched, clinging tighter to Anna. "You're neglecting your job for some stranger's kid." Mrs. Carver's eyes flashed with contempt. "You're done. Fired. Leave now." Anna's chest tightened, humiliation burning her cheeks as park-goers stared. She wanted to protest. Mia was terrified. What was she supposed to do? But the words caught in her throat. She gathered her bag, fighting tears, and walked away, the weight of injustice pressing down on her. Unseen by Anna, a man in a tailored blazer had been watching from a nearby bench. Ethan Caldwell, the Millionaire CEO of Caldwell Tech, a cybersecurity empire, had been taking a rare break with Mia while their au pair stepped away. He saw Anna's kindness, heard Mia's soft "she made me feel safe, Daddy," and caught the tail end of Mrs. Carver's tirade. Approaching Anna as she reached the park's edge, he called out, "Excuse me, miss?" His voice was calm but commanding. Anna turned, startled, meeting his steady green eyes. "I'm Ethan. Mia's my daughter. Thank you for helping her." Flustered, Anna mumbled it was nothing. But Ethan, a single father who valued compassion above all, saw something special. "I'd like to offer you a job," he said. "Nanny for Mia. Better pay, better hours." "You're exactly what she needs." Stunned, Anna accepted, unaware that this moment would rewrite her life. The first week at Ethan's Pacific Heights mansion felt like stepping into a parallel universe. The house was a modern Marvella, glass walls, minimalist furniture, a rooftop garden with views of the Golden Gate Bridge. The air smelled faintly of eucalyptus from a diffuser, and sunlight streamed through skylights, warming the hardwood floors. Mia's room was a wonderland of pastel colors, stuffed animals, and a bookshelf brimming with classics. Ethan had welcomed Anna with a handshake that lingered a second too long, his smile disarming. "Mia's been through a lot since her mom left," he explained, his voice tinged with vulnerability. "She needs someone like you." Anna nodded, her heart racing, and not just from the job, but from the way Ethan's gratitude made her feel seen. Her new role came with a salary that dwarfed her own one, plus benefits and a guest room in the mansion for late nights. Anna's mornings now started with Mia's excited chatter over breakfast, the pancakes shaped like stars, courtesy of the chef, that head to Mia's preschool in Ethan's sleek Tesla, the hum of the engine a quiet backdrop to Mia's stories about her favorite dinosaurs. Afternoons were for adventures, building sandcastles at Baker Beach, the waves crashing softly, or painting in a sunlit art studio, Mia's fingers smudged with blue. Anna's notebook, once forgotten, began filling again with story ideas inspired by Mia's imagination. But doubts gnawed at her. Could she really belong in this world? What if Ethan realized she was just a broke dreamer? One evening, as Anna tucked Mia into bed, reading Where the Wild Things Are with animated voices, Ethan lingered in the doorway. "You're a natural," he said, his tone warm. "Mia's happier than I've seen her in years." Anna blushed, her fingers brushing the book's pages. She shared a bit about her past growing up in foster care, scraping by, her shelved dreams of writing. Ethan listened, his gaze steady, and said, "You're stronger than you know. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." His words were a balm, easing the sting of Mrs. Carver's cruelty. News of Anna's new job spread through the city's elite circles, and Mrs. Carver caught wind. She called Anna one night, her voice syrupy with fake remorse. "I may have been hasty," she said. "If you need a reference, see a broken bar." Anna's hands shook as she hung up, the memory of that park humiliation flooding back of Mrs. Carver's sneer, the crowd stares. She told Ethan over coffee the next morning, the kitchen island between them gleaming under pendant lights. His jaw tightened. "She doesn't get to rewrite the story," he said, his voice low. "Let me handle it." Ethan's influence was a quiet force. As a tech mogul, his network was vast. He made discreet calls, ensuring the Carver's social standing took a heed. Invitations to galas dried up, and Mr. Carver's investment deals stalled. Whispers spread. They crossed Caldwell. Mrs. Carver sent a frantic apology text, which Anne ignored, her heart lighter with each passing day. The justice felt earned, a silent triumph over the woman who'd made her feel worthless. Anna and Mia's bond grew unbreakable. Mia drew pictures of them as superheroes, taping them to the fridge. Ethan joined their outings when he could, picnics, museum trips, even a spontaneous ice cream run where Mia smeared chocolate on his tie, laughing. One night, after Mia was asleep, Ethan invited Anna to the rooftop garden. The city sparkled below, the air cool. "You've changed our lives," he said, his hand grazing hers. "I didn't realize how much we were missing." Anna's breath caught their first kiss under the stars was tentative, electric, a promise of more. But challenges tested her. Ethan's long hours meant Anna often handled Mia's tantrums or nightmares alone, soothing her with stories of brave princesses. One night, Mia spiked a fever, and Anna stayed up, cooling her forehead with a cloth, her own exhaustion secondary. Ethan returned from a red-eye flight, finding them asleep together. Mia curled against Anna. "You're incredible," he whispered, his gratitude raw. He urged Anna to pursue her writing, funding a laptop and a writing course. "Your stories matter," he said. "Mia needs to see dreams come true." The turning point was a tech gala at the Palace of Fine Arts, a glittering event under chandeliers. Ethan insisted Anna attend as his guest, gifting her a sapphire gown that shimmered like the bay at dusk. They entered arm in arm, heads turning. Mrs. Carver was there, her smile freezing when she saw Anna. "You're with him?" she sputtered, her voice dripping with disbelief. Ethan's response was ice cold. "Anna's family." "You'd do well to remember that." Mrs. Carver's face crumpled, her social mask shattered as whispers rippled through the crowd. A year later, Ethan proposed during a quiet picnic with Mia, who held a tiny ring box and squealed, "Be my mommy." Anna's yes was tearful, joyful. Their wedding was a small affair in Napa Valley, vines glowing golden in the sunset. Anna published her first children's book, dedicated to Mia, and started a literacy program for foster kids, pouring her past into purpose. The Carvers faded into irrelevance, their influence eroded. Anna's life, once defined by struggle, now brimmed with love and meaning. That park momenta comforting a scared Garla had sparked a chain reaction, proving kindness could rewrite even the hardest stories.